And welcome back to our halftime show. Brian Owens, the baseball coach here at Mississippi College, joins us to take a look at what's going on this fall with the baseball program and look ahead to the spring. Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Let's take a look quickly at how we ended the season last year in 2012. 3 games under 500, but you ended the season with that postseason win at Texas Lutheran, that exciting series, and made it to the championship series, and I thought that was a good way to build momentum going into this season.
It was, and kind of an up and down year for us last year, and then kind of getting hot at the right time, and that's baseball. I mean, it's postseason play, and you're trying to get hot at the right time, and I think we got hot at the right time going in against TLU, and of course it was the whole weekend was over Orsi, and it was as if we could beat Orsi, and I think out of his career he has 7 losses, and 5 of them were to us, so we came out, hit the baseball, got that first win, and kind of, it was a battle since then. And then knocking them out, which I think a lot of people would say it was probably an upset. And then rolling to the conference tournament, kind of just set the stage for the guys this year. And, they know what they're capable of doing, and they never count themselves out. And, I know a lot of the returners that are coming back kind of have those feelings.
Well, you've got a certain amount of time in the fall that you can set aside for practice according to NCAA rules, and you're able to hold some games, some inter-squad games as well. Tell us about the series that you recently had and the practice that just wrapped up.
We finished up on last Saturday and had 16 practice opportunities. I thought we progressed really well, and instead of playing an outside date of competition this year, we decided to split up and play a Navy and Gold series. And Navy came out on top of that one. They 3 wins to no wins for the gold team, but saw a lot of good competition. The guys played hard. This fall has been really changing the mindset, and a lot of the guys are really buying into what we're preaching to them this fall, and pretty much that's just to stay in the moment. Stay in the moment that you're going through, enjoy the things that you're going through right now, and playing it one pitch at a time. If they get out there and make a mistake, they got to learn to put that behind them and play for the next pitch, and for the most part, they made a really, really good adjustment to that.
You've got some talented guys whose shoes you've got to fill because they're going on. There's seniors who have graduated now, Underwood and Trousdale, a couple of pitchers, Mike Curdock and J. Marcus Brooks, a couple of position players, and so those are big losses for you. Tell us about how you're going to fill those positions.
They are. I mean, those guys, they stepped in and did some great things for us. And replacing them is going to be hard. But, I feel really comfortable and really confident in some of the guys we have coming in, especially talent-wise that some of them have, that they can kind of pick up where those guys left off and kind of help continue the trend of being successful in the program.
Some returning players, including Pate Shackelford, who I thought was a big surprise last year at his first year playing baseball for Mississippi College, and Brett Hightower, who's solid at first base, Josh Perez, gave you a good year at shortstop, and those are 3 guys, among others, that you can really build around this season.
You can. I mean, that's a small group of starters that are coming back, but that's going to be a core group. With Hightower and Shackelford. Pate, hitting a 3-run home run to pretty much clinch the series at TLU for us. It's exciting to have a guy like that back that can kind of, carry on to this season, kind of how he left last season. Then Perez, we're going to have him probably playing second base this year, kind of get him out of the shortstop, get him back to where he's comfortable. And he's had a great fall. He's been hitting the ball. He looks comfortable at second. And then Hightower, some of the power numbers that he's put up, looking for him to be in the middle of the pack, in the middle of the lineup for us. Hopefully he can put up some more big numbers. And then I think a surprising guy that's coming back is going to be Zach Evans. He has totally changed his physical frame. I mean, he looks like a beast, and he had a great fall. He's swinging a hot bat and actually got some power with it. And he's looking good behind the plate, too. So, he's blocking things up and throwing out quite a few runners this fall. So I'm looking for big things out of him also.
You mentioned Josh Perez. He was one of the JUCO guys who came in and was able to contribute immediately. And then, of course, you've got some guys who've been with you since their freshman year. When you go out to try to shape a team, what kind of mix are you looking at in terms of adding new players from the high school ranks versus the community college ranks?
It's always, I think this year we have a good mix. We've got a lot of young guys that are going to be good in the future. And the hard thing for them to buy into the system and to understand that right now, because they want it now. They want to play immediately, and sometimes it's a learning curve for those guys, 1 to 2 years. And so then we have the good mix of JUCO guys that are going to be stepping in immediately and kind of stabilizing the program. letting these young guys get their feet wet a little bit to where they just have to grow up. That's the bottom line, and the talent is there. They are very talented, and so anytime I get a chance to put those guys in the game, I'm going to do it just so they can grow during the season and kind of start looking towards their future.
The 2013 schedule I think is pretty interesting. We got the 3 games against Millsaps and against Belhaven in the Maloney Trophy Series, and then it seems like for the last couple of years we've had home conference series and road conference series where you get a lot of the top teams, a lot of the tougher teams, either all on the road or all at home. This year you get Laterno, Dallas, and the Ozarks at home, and on the road Tyler, Louisiana College, and ETBU. And I think that's a pretty good mix of based on past performance, home and away series in terms of the talent that you face.
It is, and we were looking at the schedule the other day, and it's going to test us. I mean, early in the season, I mean, Berry's a very good team, so we're going to be tested really early, and we do have the possibility of opening up now 1 week earlier to where we'll be playing in that the Millsaps tournament they put on each year, either facing Birmingham Southern twice or Birmingham Southern and Rhodes. So, I mean, we're going to be battle tested really early. But I think the conference schedule overall it's going to be tough. I mean, we've got some teams that we're going to be playing here that we should win those baseball games if we play. But at the same time, we're going to be going to some pretty hostile environments, especially at Louisiana College. It's always tough playing there. We've always had a hard time playing there, and hopefully this team is the team that can kind of really, because really none of them have really been there, going there with a kind of new, fresh attitude. But anytime we play conference series, those 3-game sets, it's always a dogfight.
Now, recently you did something that I don't think you've done in the past, and that is had an alumni game here on the campus. Tell us about how that idea came about, why you played the game, and a little bit about the result. We
were sitting around the office one day and decided that we needed to start getting our guys back involved. This has been a long time coming. I've been here 8 years, and we haven't had one, so it's well overdue. But the reason behind it was really to help support Brett Henson and his wife. They had a little son that passed away this summer, and so we decided to name the alumni game after him. It's Tucker Cross Alumni Game, and the proceeds we actually charge our guys a little bit of money to play in it, and the proceeds that we did gather are going to go to Larry Batson just to support Tucker and Brett and Casey, and it was really cool to be a part of that, and I feel really honored to have that name on our alumni game because Brett was such a great player for us, as a great graduate assistant for us, just a great guy. And but the turnout was really good. We had a lot of guys come back, and I kind of poked a little fun at them that they hit more home runs in the alumni game than we did last year. I was picking balls up off the softball field, and some of those guys haven't swung a bat in 7 years, and it was good to see them back. We had right around 20 guys there, so hopefully in the future we can keep growing it and keep getting some guys back on campus. And it's really good to kind of have those events and kind of sit back and see some of the old players come through and listen to them tell stories and things. And it's like I told them, there's a lot of times I've been really mad at them, and then now I look back at it and they'll remind me of it, and you have a good laugh about it. And at the time I wasn't very happy, but now you look back and you have a good laugh about it, and it's good to see where they are in their lives too, them being successful. And so it was a really good event.
Well, since the season ended last year and since we talked last, of course, the Mississippi College has announced that we are applying for membership in Division II once again. We've got a pending invitation from the Gulf South Conference, and it's a process. We won't know for sure until next summer, but if that does happen, that means that old rivalries are going to be renewed. And having been around here at Mississippi College when our baseball programs played Delta State and in North Alabama, and then what it was Livingston in West Alabama, those are some really good series against some really good baseball teams. Give us your thoughts on this potential move and what do you think it will mean for the baseball program?
It's huge. I mean, when they started talking about this and doing the application process, the first signs of it, you're really excited about the transition and having some athletic scholarships and be able to recruit and do some things. But then I kind of take a step back and you look at the GSC and look what they've done as far as a baseball standpoint. I mean, you've got Delta State that has been national champions in the national hunt last year, and you also got West Florida. I mean, they are continually putting out programs and teams that are fighting for national championship. So I think we'll have our hands full, but I look forward to the challenge because that's what the main thing is getting into that conference and trying to compete immediately. And that's really going to test us and see how well we are, and see how our program stacks up against theirs. And I'm excited about it, but there's going to be a lot of hard work. I mean, the recruiting is going to really be something that is going to kind of take it's going to make the program what it is, because you can't miss so many kids, because at this level it's going to be competing against those teams that have already proven themselves in the past, not just in their conference ranks, but also in the national ranks. So I'm excited about it, and I'm eager to see what happens.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time here today, and we're looking forward to the season starting. And really, it's about three months or so, but it seems like it's a long ways away. But it'll be here before you know it.
It's right around the corner.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's Brian Owens, Mississippi College baseball coach.